Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of March 18, 2025. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an Infantry Officer. Continued operations in the Kursk region. The briefing also addresses the situation in the Kursk region, describing ongoing Russian military actions to repel Ukrainian forces, detailing specific locations and the losses incurred by Ukrainian forces. This part of the briefing emphasizes the cross-border nature of the conflict and highlights significant military engagements outside the primary conflict zones.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, your trusted source for the latest developments on security and defense operations involving military forces. I'm your host, and today we have an exclusive interview with Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, who will provide insights into the progress of the special military operation as of March 18, 2025. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start with the big picture. How is the special military operation progressing, and what are the key developments over the past 24 hours?
The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to advance across multiple fronts. Our units are engaged in active combat operations, inflicting significant losses on Ukrainian armed forces formations in various regions, including Kharkov, Donetsk, Zaporizhia, and Kursk. Our forces have improved their tactical positioning, seized advantageous lines, and neutralized enemy strongholds, disrupting their ability to mount counteroffensives.
Can you provide details on specific areas where your forces have made gains?
In the Kharkov direction, our North Group successfully targeted formations of a Ukrainian mechanized brigade near Volchansk. We eliminated over 35 enemy personnel and destroyed multiple vehicles and an electronic warfare station. The West Group achieved significant tactical improvements, engaging 3 Ukrainian mechanized brigades and a territorial defense unit near Malaya Shapkovka, Monokinovka, and Redkovka. Enemy losses exceeded 200 personnel, and we neutralized NATO-supplied artillery pieces and an ammunition depot.
With the Southern Group of troops, have there been new developments?
In the Donetsk region, our Southern and Center groups pressed forward, striking mechanized and airborne brigades in Seversk, Sherbanovka, Ivanopoli, and Krasnoarmeysk. The enemy suffered over 600 casualties across these operations, along with the destruction of armored vehicles, including U.S.-made M113 personnel carriers.
The operation appears to be progressing steadily. What can you tell us about the East Group of forces?
Our East Group engaged motorized infantry and airborne brigades, destroying advanced artillery units, including the U.S.-made Paladin and Polish-made Krab self-propelled artillery. The Dnipro Group targeted Ukrainian coastal defense brigades in Zaporizhia and Kherson, eliminating up to 70 enemy personnel and an ammunition depot.
You mentioned significant enemy losses in both personnel and equipment. How are these figures being verified?
Our assessment teams conduct post-strike analysis using reconnaissance data, UAV surveillance, and electronic intelligence. Additionally, captured enemy communication intercepts provide confirmation of battlefield casualties and equipment losses. We also rely on forensic evaluations of battlefield debris to assess the destruction of military assets.
Beyond ground combat, air power and artillery have played a major role. Can you elaborate on the impact of aerial and missile strikes?
Our operational tactical aviation, UAVs, missile forces, and artillery have been instrumental in degrading enemy infrastructure and supply lines. In the past 24 hours, we conducted precision strikes on oil facilities that supply fuel to the Ukrainian military, targeted drone storage sites, and struck military airfield infrastructure. These attacks significantly hamper their ability to sustain prolonged engagements.
And on the air defense front, have there been any recent successes?
Additionally, our air defense units intercepted 5 JDAM-guided aerial bombs, a U.S.-made HIMARS multiple launch rocket, and 117 unmanned aerial vehicles, demonstrating our ability to neutralize high-tech threats.
Given the scale of air defenses in play, how effective have Ukrainian countermeasures been against your operations?
While Ukraine continues to receive Western-supplied air defense systems, our forces have successfully adapted to their tactics. Their reliance on NATO-supplied artillery and long-range missile systems has been mitigated through precision counterstrikes. Many of their UAV operations have been neutralized through electronic warfare, and our suppression of enemy air defenses (SEAD) missions have reduced their ability to contest the airspace effectively.
Let's shift focus to the Kursk region. There's been an increase in combat activity along the border. What's the latest update from that front?
The Ukrainian armed forces attempted incursions into the Kursk region, but our North Group inflicted heavy losses on their mechanized, airborne assault, and marine brigades. Our strikes in Gagolevka, Gavo, and Oleshnya eliminated over 270 enemy personnel, as well as multiple tanks, armored personnel carriers, and artillery pieces.
With repeated Ukrainian attacks in that region, how is Russia ensuring long-term security along the border?
Our strategy includes fortified defensive positions, rapid response units, and enhanced surveillance using UAVs and electronic intelligence. We've established layered defense networks, combining artillery, missile systems, and mobile infantry to counter border incursions. Additionally, our recent operations have disrupted Ukrainian command nodes and logistics hubs near the border, limiting their ability to sustain offensive operations.
Looking ahead, what are the primary objectives for the next phase of the operation?
Our forces will continue to press the advantage by targeting enemy logistics, supply chains, and reinforcement routes. We are committed to expanding our control over key strategic locations, eliminating high-value enemy assets, and preventing NATO-supplied weaponry from altering the battlefield dynamics. The operation remains focused on achieving strategic depth while minimizing civilian impact.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you. It's crucial to keep the public informed about the progress being made. The morale is high. Our soldiers are well-trained, well-equipped, and confident in the mission. The efficiency of our combined arms operations and the resilience of our frontline units have reinforced trust in our strategy. Our personnel understand the stakes and remain dedicated to the mission's success.